Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Wild Wednesday finally. Happy hump day everyone. Almost TGIF. Yes, yes, yes. Just a few short days away. I hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that great stuff. I hope you're having a good one, watching some some great films, maybe binge watching some series. Maybe you're with some friends or some family, all that good stuff. Hopefully you're safe and sound. Let's get on to wait before I get on to today's film. I do have something that I wanted to announce for you guys because it made me very happy today. Next week I will have not one but two different films that I will be screening from two different directors that they came to me and allowed me to screen their film, and I am very excited to do them. Both one of them is a German film, one that it's available a couple different ways, especially here in the States. It's available under a label. That one, if you guys tune in next week, you'll find out. I'll be doing this one on Monday, the German film, and that's called yeah, I'm not going to say the name because I'll murder it because it's in German. But I'll also be doing another one for a director that I'm not going to say the name of the film yet, but it starts with an F and it's a sequel, and I will be doing that next week, and hopefully you guys tune in all week long. Got some great stuff lined up for you already. It's already looking like I might have the whole week planned after I found out about. I'll just say it. I'm going to review Flowers 2 next week. Phil Stevens came through, and he's going to give me the opportunity to screen his film, and I'm very very excited to see what's in store for me there. What lays in wait? Yes, yes, yes. Now let's get on to the film of the day. The today's film is a very mainstream one, a little more than what I usually do. Don't get me wrong, I do watch mainstream films. I will be doing mainstream reviews along the way. I have done some already. I will continue to do some along the way. But normally I go a little more under the radar, which, if you haven't noticed, with the first two films of the week, we have both Flesh Eater and Shockwaves. Those are usually ones that when people talk about zombies, they don't go, oh yeah, you know what, let's watch Shockwaves. Really wanting some John Carradine, Peter Cushing love there, or I want to watch Flesh Eater. I feel like watching, Revenge of the Zombies, or Revenge of the Living Dead, or whatever it was that they called it. It was because it was supposed to be a sequel to Night of the Flesh Eaters, which was originally Night of the Living Dead. Which, if you guys have watched all week long, you know all that stuff. Blah 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 blah. That's just me rambling on for anybody else that's just tuning in today. Which always do remember, guys. I always keep in the description. I always have a synopsis, which it's none of that in there is stuff that I write personally. That's not what I do. I'm not a writer. But that stuff in there it's a synopsis. It's usually what I get off the back of the box. I get all my as far as statistics, as far as like how long the film is, what cut I'm watching, and what year it's made, the cast, director, and then I will try to put in a couple little fun facts in there if I know anything, or if I come across anything online that looks like it's going to be something that would be, hey, guess what? This also happened on this movie with XYZ, and it happened 1, 2, 3, that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool, and in my opinion, I kind of like that stuff. And then I always do leave a link for the trailer, always, always, always. There's only been, I think, one film so far where I couldn't find a trailer for it, and I don't even think did I. Yeah, there's only been one so far that I can think of that I couldn't find a trailer for, and that was Corpse Mania. I did find, I couldn't, I had a really hard time finding one for The Devil, I do know that. I found some weird like demo clip, which that had to work for it because I couldn't find any real trailers for that one. That one was a tough one, which that's one that both Justin Gonzalez and I like to talk about because that little fool Ding Dong in there, that guy is a trip, man. He makes me laugh. He's like one of those annoying kid actors you want to just thump in the face and say, "Go away, kid! You're just annoying me, and you're making this movie suck because of you being in it." But anyways, let's get on to today's. Today's is from 2004. Like I said, this is a big time mainstream one. I'm doing this from my friend Kyle. This is the unrated director's cut on Blu-ray. It's running about an hour and 50 minutes. It stars Sarah Polley, Ving Rhames, Jake Weber, and Mekhi Phifer. It's directed by Zack Snyder and is none other than Dawn of the Dead. Which this cut here I know is longer than the DVD cut that's out there because there's extra gore in this one. Because I used to own that DVD cut, and then once this one came out, I got it. The other one I loaned out and never got back. One of those bastards, one of those type moves. That's why I'm very, very, very selective on who borrows my films and if I allow you to borrow any of my films, because I've been in that situation where some punk ass borrows a movie and they never bring it back. Oh, and then they disappear and you never see or hear from them ever again. I've had that happen. It happened with, like I said, with my original DVD of this. It kind of pissed me off because I had my ticket stub in there from when I went and saw it in the theaters, and it had like, I forget, there was something else with it that I had put in there extra. I think it was like a little sticker that I got that I found somewhere, and that it went with the movie. Something like that, like a bumper sticker or something small that it fit inside the case. But either way, some dastardly bastard made off with it, and I have never seen them since. But needless to say, I've ever since, I've always been very selective on who I allow to borrow things, but that one, it really came up and bit me in the ass, and now I've become extra leery. I take stuff as hostage just because I want my stuff back. Because I've had people do that, just borrow and disappear. Anyways. But this one here, like I said, this is the unrated director's cut. I don't know anything about that new Scream Factory edition, if it runs for the same runtime as this one, or if this one's actually longer. This one's, like I said, it's running at an hour and 50 minutes. That's 50. As far as, let's open her up. It's zero reversible cover artwork, which it was one of those things, like, obviously it was going to be. It's a standard issue pressed Blu-ray. Excuse me, got a goofy little insert card in there. As far as special features go, let me get that, tighten that in there for you a little bit. There you go, guys. And that's what this one contains. It's a fun little release. If the other one is better than this, I may upgrade it. I don't know. It's one of those that I'm not like in any kind of rush to update, because I already have this one. There's nothing really that you could show me that could be any better, because I mean it's Blu-ray. I mean, the picture quality is pretty darn good in my opinion. There's nothing there that I feel like could be really highly defined upon what is already existing. That's basically what I'm saying. You may have new content as far as special features go, but as far as what you're showing me in the film, I'm sure it's not going to be anything different than what I have right here. I doubt it's going to be any longer. It might be shorter because, you know, you never know with some releases how they go with the run times, especially for re-releases, because sometimes stuff gets cut along the way just to either squeeze it onto a DVD easier, or to make an agenda not there anymore. Because sometimes sometimes, a lot of times with films, there's an agenda behind it, and sometimes I've known of people deleting shit out of their movies, because they don't want to watch that stuff, and it's crazy that happens. There's companies out there that go through and they delete everything that would be rated PG-13 and above to films. There was one that was called like Clean Flicks or something like that, and they would take all the big major Hollywood budget films and they would edit them, and it was just like the biggest lump of crap censorship monster it was terrible. It was one of the biggest scams next to the PMRC. It's the BBFC with the video nasties. It's nothing but a witch hunt, and it's terrible that things like that happen in the arts, but it does. Anyways, what is this one about? It's basically it's obviously a remake. It all exists within the mall. You got the policeman. You got a guy that's kind of a man, not really a man's man, but he's an every guy's man. He's like, he knows how to do things. He's nice. He's suave. The ladies like him. One of those. There's a prick. There's always an asshole in there. There's just a lot more people involved this time in the mall besides like 4 people. It adds a little more to the body count, because there are a lot of people that do die along the way. The stakes are pretty high in this. They do let people die that you think might do a little better than what they do, and it's crazy. There's the endings. I'm not going to give away the ending if you haven't seen it. The ending is pretty nuts. It's definitely seals the deal on the end of the film. There's no like, oh, what if afterwards. It's one of those. It's set. It's right there. You can't really go anywhere with it. So it basically, you think of everything with the original Dawn of the Dead. Add extra characters. Make it more rated R, in my opinion, because there is way more gore in this than there was in the original Dawn of the Dead. But that's given. It's the product of the times, and much like this one is. So let's not talk a lot about the film itself, because we all know what this is about. If you don't, you need to message me, and I will give you a better description. If not, do pull up the IMDb on it, because it's so basic. You can look at in the description and look at what I put down as the plot synopsis, and you'll figure it out like 1, 2, 3. Very, very easy film to follow. Add running zombies. That's the one other thing they did with this. The zombies are like insanely fast. I don't know how I feel about running zombies. Like, we're so used to the fact that they walk slowly and are very easily to avoid, unless in large groups. They did change that and flip it in a completely different direction, which made it a little scarier, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. My opinion on running zombies, I guess it varies on their degree of decomposition. So if they're like really if the decomposition is very bad, you're not going to be running. The muscles are going to be all like tense and worn out, and rigor mortis is settled in, and things like that. So, in my opinion, you're not going to be running fast anytime soon. Alright guys, I have rolled on for like almost 14 minutes now. Let's get on to the ratings. Technical side, this thing's like a 3. Middle of the road on the technical side. On the entertainment side, it's a 4. So you give this thing a 7 out of 10. We'll call it good. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go upload this video, and I gotta get something to eat. I'm stopped. Alright guys. Also, I like the Serbian film. Love your faces.